Hey, niece. Hey, girl. Hey. Listen. I couldn't get no sleep. I had kind of taken a slight little nap earlier, and since I took a slight nap, I'm wide awake. I think I'm gonna go out here and watch How to Get Away with Murder from tonight or from last night, since it is now technically Friday. It's now technically. Don't be looking at my future now. Don't be looking back here. Girl. It's technically $5 Friday, niece. I want to say thank you to Deacon Santana and my boy Marcellus, and one more who would like to remain nameless, for sending through for $5 Friday already. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy, hey. Look. Since I'm feeling a little snackish, I think what I'm going to do is have a little bit of avocado and tomato. Slice some avocado and some, hey, what's up, Cedric? I'm going to slice up some avocado and some tomato. See, you can have a nice help. You know, you can eat at 2 in the morning. It's just what you eat, niece. Amen. Hey, girl, hey. Let me go ahead and I need to rinse off my avocado and my tomatoes. Am I loud? I'm loud, niece. Well, that's okay. I live by myself, so I can be loud. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube Live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. What's up, Kwame? We ain't seen you in here in a while. Hey, boy, hey. I ain't had no company. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew sent a little something through over here on the thing. Look, Jason said it must be snowing since I'm on this late live. Don't y'all be looking at me in my little pajamas and stuff, my little pants. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some tomato and avocado. Oh, come on, Cash App. And see, I take my little tomatoes. I put them in a little bowl. Thank you, Sharon Beckwood. Hey, girl, hey. Somebody said they're waiting for their melatonin to kick in. Ariel said, that's cute, Andrew. Hey, girl, hey. I already said good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. So we're going to go ahead and get our fruit and veggie wash, because we need to spray that before we go ahead and get this, before we get to eating. Do I want 2 avocado? I think I want 2. Now, I didn't used to clean my avocado, but now with this Corona, as Madison says, with this Corona, I'm gonna go ahead and I rinse it now. So you just put your stuff in a bowl and you just spray it. Get a nice little spray on it, and then you just let it set. Just let it set for about a minute. And plus, you want to wash your tomatoes anyway because it's dirt. They be in the dirt and stuff. Oh. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, girl, hey. Did you listen? I was gonna come on earlier, but I had a little company earlier. I was in here minding my business. I had been on the phone, and then some unexpected company showed up. And before I knew it, sleep had assaulted me. It was sleep. Sleep came over. Sleep was uninvited, and it had knocked me. Look at Jackie talking about I knew it. No, sleep was my company. And so I didn't invite sleep over. And so I ended up falling asleep. You know what I'm saying? Before I knew it, he had hit me upside my head. You know, thank you, Rudy. So I'm going to go ahead and have myself some tomato and avocado. So I got this in here. See the little bubbles and stuff from the... So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rinse that off because I'm not going to have a smoothie tonight. I don't want a smoothie tonight. I want to chew on something. Amen? Say you want to chew on something. I want to sink my teeth in something. I'm going to slice up my tomato and avocado. And wash my hands. But yeah, I fell asleep. And then I was like, well, you know, since I was on Maddie in the morning today for 3 whole hours, I figured I would just go ahead and, you know, skip today. But then I decided, you know, because I couldn't sleep tonight, that I would come on now. Amen. Now I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off. You just rinse it with some cold water. That's it. Oh, they said, where's your car going? She said, I'll be back. Where you going, niece? But I had a punani for dinner. I shipped out some orders today, so if you purchase books, you'll get them tomorrow. You know, rinse off. See how it starts to see how it starts getting sudsy? It ain't soap, niece. It's like citrus spray. And then I put a little bit of sea salt. Oh, look at Rita. She wide awake because school closed. What's up, Dingy, over in the Outer Banks over there in North Carolina? What's up, Dingy? All right, we got that rinsed off nicely. And where's our cutting board? All right, we're going to need to get our cutting board. That sweet potato recipe got to me. Did you like it, Hair by El Boutique? Did you like it? The sweet potato pie smoothie? Michelle said I watched all 3 hours. Hey, girl, hey. All right, we're going to get us a little snack. And then I'm going to go ahead and nestle up on the couch and watch How to Get Away with Murder until I fall asleep. So I had ordered a punani yesterday. But I didn't get over to the place to pick it up before they close, right? You order it online. You pay for it online. And I didn't get over there before they closed up. And so today I called them and was like, yes, I purchased a punani yesterday online, and I did not get over to your store in time. I'd like to pick it up today if that's okay. And they were like, yeah, it's still here. It's waiting for you. So I went over there and I picked that up, niece. After I had shipped your books out. But I did go for a run today. I ran to the FedEx. It's 1.5 miles from my house. And I normally run back. Wait, what was that? I missed something. Hey, Carol Cole, you guys are up tonight. So I was going to run back, but I didn't have time to run back because otherwise I would not have made it over to the place to pick up my punani again. So I went straight to the place. But let me tell you, I had on a pair of running shoes today. I had to get some more running shoes because, you know, if you're a runner, you should replace your running shoes every 3 months, niece. Okay? To make sure that you have good soles and to make sure that the cushioning and everything is good. You know, so that you don't get your shin splints. So, you know, if you run on a consistent basis, you should change your running shoes about every 3 months. So I got some running shoes. And I ran today. Today was the first time I wore them. And when I tell you that sneaker cut the back of my ankle, it cut the back of my ankle. So, you know, I got them from Nike. I called Nike and said, look here, I'm going to need my money back. Because these things have sliced up the back of my feet. And the girl on the phone was like, oh, no. She said, You're the second customer that I spoke to today that had those same sneakers. And they said the same thing, that it cut the back of their feet. I said, well, I kind of feel like you all should pay me something. Give me a little discount. Give me a little discount on the future order. Thank you, Cedric. Cedric sent something over here through the Cash App. I appreciate you, Cedric. My girl Raquel Hollis and Erica Greason and my girl Jackie Cheatham. See how I sliced up my tomato? See how I sliced? They red too. Ooh, ain't they red? And then you just take your avocado. You go down the middle. You see that, niece? You just go, just the back of the knife, niece. It's the back of the knife. You don't need a blade. It's just an avocado. And then you open her up. Her, she's female. She's a woman. And then you take a tablespoon and you carve her out, niece. Say, carve her out. You carve her out. And then you lay her down here on the plate. Make sure you get all of that out of there, because avocados are expensive, niece. Get all of that out. We don't have no food to be wasting. Get all of that out of there. These high-ass avocados. Get that out of there. Then you go to your second avocado. You got to take that seed out. Amen. Somebody asked me if I ever tried Beyond Meat. Yes, I have. I don't eat that anymore, though, because I don't eat Beyond Meat or Impossible Burgers anymore, because I read an article some time ago, and both are known to they use an herbicide. They use an herbicide that's known to cause cancer. So I stay away from the Beyond products and the Impossible Burger. That's just for me. Now, niece, if you want to order, if you want to still eat them, go be my guest. But as for me and my household, I try not to eat anything processed. Now, when I first came off meat, I would eat like some processed stuff like Beyond Burgers and shit like that. I don't eat that kind of stuff anymore. I try to eat like my real veggies and fruit and stuff. I try to stick to just real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that frozen shit. Processed stuff. Because, you know, that processed stuff all has chemicals in it. All right, so we getting our avocado down. I think I'm just going to eat one avocado, and I'll save the other one for tomorrow. I may put the other one in my smoothie tomorrow. I'm gonna need y'all to stop looking at my ass when I bend over, okay? I'm just trying to put stuff in the dishwasher. All right, now we're gonna grab our sea salt. Get your little sea salt. Get your tomato and avocado. And you just sprinkle. Now, you can also put a little black pepper on here too, niece, if you like. I think I'm going to do a little black pepper as well. A little black pepper. We'll get us a bottle of water too, because we're going to be thirsty. Oh no, you know what we're going to have? We're going to have the rest of our basil lemonade, our homemade basil lemonade. Hey, girl, hey. Look at that piece of basil going in there. Look at that basil. Come on, basil. It's so delicious. You should get yourself some lemons. and put in some basil lemonade. Oh, April just sent something over to the Cash App. Oh, I don't know if she wanted me to say what that was though, but she put a note in here for Andrew. She said, since you wanted that smoke, it's yeah. All right, now I'm gonna grab a knife and a fork so we can go over here and sit down and have our Anthony Baldwin. That basil lemonade is good, and you can also do some fresh mint leaves in there. But I had a taste for some basil, and we're gonna go ahead and sojourn over here to the table. Sojourn. We're gonna get over here to the table, have our little late night snack. I think I've told you guys that I'm such a Can you go back to the Nike sneakers? What kind, so we'll know which one? Oh yeah, let me show you which one. I'm gonna show you which one. It's a really good shoe because it's a good running shoe. It's a very good running shoe. But this one, because I've had this style before, but it was a low top. And this one is a high top. And it's rubbing on my ankle. It literally was, it literally cut my ankle. I'm going to show you a picture of it because I took a picture of it. It's called the Nike Joyride CC3 Setter. But here's a picture of it. It's cute in person too. You see that? That's it. Crystal says she would add a pickle to her tomatoes and avocado. Yeah, you sure can. Now, I don't want to add pickle to mine, but you're welcome to do that in yours. Oh. Andrew just sent a little something. Listen, those sneakers are very nice. Those sneakers are very, very nice. Is Averill in here? New Balance are supposed to be the best running shoes, but they're not stylish enough to me. New Balance don't have any style. You know what I'm saying? Good morning. Who was that over there on Facebook that said good morning? Oh, that's Averill. Did I say my grace, y'all? Hold on. Kwame, you got to be to work in the morning? Ooh, these tomatoes are good. Oh, Bobby Hodge is starting to get on. Oh. So, your president is talking about letting people go back outside. Y'all can go out there if y'all want to, listening to that idiot. I like my blind open. Ratchet TV Today Show said, I feel like I would want some mayonnaise on my tomatoes. No, not only tomato. Somebody commented the other day, I really wanted to watch this video of you, but that's smacking. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Some people like a mukbang. And I don't try to smack intentionally, but I want to taste all my food. When the air comes in your mouth, you can really taste it. Oh, did I leave my basil lemonade over here? Hold on. I left my basil lemonade. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? Mm. Mm. Are you eating more now that we're in quarantine? I really am. Well, I don't know. I'm eating about the same. I'm eating about the same, but I'm buying more groceries. Because usually if I was going out to the gym, sometimes I grab something while I'm out. Once I leave the gym. Excuse me. But I've been buying more groceries because I've been eating at home more. Craig, you should get Adidas Ultra Boost. They're super comfortable. Oh, I don't think I've ever had any Adidas sneakers before. Ooh. Thank you, Carol. Did that say Carol? Yes, thank you, Carol. Averill sent something else to the cash app. What are you guys doing this weekend? I don't have anything planned for tomorrow. I have no plans for tomorrow. What did you sweeten the lemonade with? I used sugar in the raw. I didn't do a lot though. So like most people probably wouldn't like this because this doesn't taste, it doesn't taste overly sweet. Thank you, Carol Cole. It doesn't taste overly sweet. So most people wouldn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, in the raw. We're talking about the sugar. We're talking about the sugar. Craig, have you heard from Lola? No, I have. Well, yeah, I'm lying. I messaged Lola. I messaged Lola privately. It doesn't take long to dissolve. The granules are bigger than regular sugar, but it doesn't take long to boil. Now, here's a secret. When you strain your lemons into your pitcher or your container that you're going to use to put your lemonade in, after you strain them, niece. Right, well, actually, let me go back. What you really could do is, I didn't do this the other day because I didn't have time for all that. But what I typically do when I make my lemonade, I get a nice sized pot. I fill it up with water. I squeeze my lemons into that pot of water. Then I put the lemons themselves in the water and I boil it. Because then you pull all of that essence from the skin. Now, niece, because we're under this coronavirus, and even though, I still clean my stuff off, I just didn't feel comfortable boiling the skin. So that's usually how I do it. And so then when the water comes out, it's warm, it's hot. So then the sugar really dissolves quickly. But the spirit had tapped me the other day and said, don't you put that skin in there. I'm from 21215. Park Heights. Park Heights in Belvedere. That's where I grew up. This tomato and avocado is good. I ate a whole bag of sweet heat potato chips today. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on, niece. Oh, I watched Married at First Sight, the finale. Where my Married at First Sight people? Hood. Desmond. Did y'all watch the finale? Okay, so Brandon is Tick Tick Boom crazy officially. Can I just tell you that I don't get any gay tendencies from him, but I really think he's struggling with himself. I think he's part of the community. That's just my instinct. Now, I could be wrong, niece. I get the feeling that he might be part of the community. He just seems so angry for no reason. You believe so? I just think he's part of the community. And I also think that Zach, the white guy, is also part of the community. Tonight, he was very adamant about saying that he knows that he can love a woman better than he loved Mindy. What's her name, Mindy? I said, why'd you have to specify woman? Like, if you're straight. I didn't get that. Where do I get my greens? What, the collard greens that I did that day? I agree with you, Jackie. That was the first time I ever bought collard greens, and I bought them over at Sam's Club. Because that just happened to be where I was. Oh. Aw. Andrew said, even though Averill is losing, I have to say, Craig, thank you. Every time my doctor reminds me of how long I've been off of my depression meds, I smile and think of my pen pals. Pen pals saved my life. I usually give in secret, but this is for y'all tonight. Oh, thank you, Andrew. He's told me that privately. I don't know if he's ever shared it on here with you guys before, but he said when he first started watching me, he was going through a depression. And he had pondered suicide. And then he started watching my silly ass. I'm all done. It was just tomatoes and avocado, niece. This must be Averill right here. She said, tell him to hold on. That must be Averill. That depression is real. Hey, Tangy, where you been, niece? Hey, niece. That depression is serious. But I honestly believe that it's an opportunity to really see yourself more clearly. You know what I'm saying? I really think it's an opportunity to see yourself more clearly. Like when you're in that solitude and that dark place. Eugene said that means that you have been called to serve your purpose and you are having a huge impact on people. That's really that impact on people. That depression is serious. It really is. Yeah, so look, back to Married at First Sight. So Brandon, he walked in late and then he left early after she said that she didn't want to remain married. I think that if she had said, what's her name, Taylor? I think, hey Godfrey, I haven't seen you in here in a while. I think that if Taylor had decided to stay in that marriage, I think he probably would have said he wanted to stay as well. I think so. Now I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. And then I thought, what's the white girl's name? Katie? Is her name Katie? Is her name Katie? What's the white girl's name? She's diabetic. Y'all know? I think her name is Katie. I thought she was gonna say no, she didn't want to stay married. I'm the only one that watched the show. Katie and Derek. Katie and Derek. Yes. No, I don't smoke. Yes, Jackie Walker. I heard that. I read that actually. I read an article and they were trying to keep that under wraps. They were trying to keep that under wraps before the show aired because they didn't want us to find out. But yeah, I read that. Yeah, that's the only thing I smoke. Hey, knees. Rita, you smoking right now? Give me a light. I thought my cigarette was lit. Can I get a light? Rita? I know you got a cigarette right there. Oh. Averill just devastated over here in the Cash App again. Look at that basil leaf. Look at that huge leaf. That was really good. What happened to the other black couple, Craig? What black couple? There was Mika and Mike, which I'm glad she divorced. I'm glad she divorced him because he was a liar. And it was just something really disingenuous about him. I stopped watching midway through. Oh, really? So let me see. Who oh yes, Katie and Derek, and then the two nerds. They stayed together. What is Mika and Michael? What was that his name? The one that kept lying about everything. First of all, he didn't seem like he was going to keep a job. Now, even though Michael was a liar, Tangi, and she kept calling him out on it, and I think she should have called him out. She seemed like a block of ice to me. She seemed very abrasive and hard around the edges, and like she just didn't feel nurturing. And I'm not saying that he was justified to lie. He was just a liar. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Tell your friend Lester. Oh, yeah, I remember Lester. I just shipped him his books the other day. She would always call him out on his lies. Oh, look at Shakar. Shakar got me on the TV screen. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, niece. Mika was a drill sergeant. It was her way or no way. But again, that didn't warrant him to be sitting there telling lies all of the time about the littlest things. Like even like down to his paycheck. When they put their paychecks out there in front of each other, he was trying to act like he was. See, this is why I said to you guys not long ago, and I did a podcast about this not long ago, that it is important to have, if you're going to have an intimate relationship, then you should be able to have a financial intimate relationship too. You need to know what your partner makes. If you're going to live with someone, I said to you guys before, I'm never going to move in with someone again if I don't know how much they make and they don't know how much I make. Because you got to know what you can afford. And he was lying, his ego, what caused him to lie. And I do believe there was some of that stuff, some of his abandonment issues from being adopted and all that stuff. I'm sure some of that was in there as well. You know, lying for the sake of, trying to make sure you feel accepted and that kind of thing. But some of that stuff, he was just a damn liar. And then he was pretending he had gotten a promotion, and then at the last minute he decided he didn't get the job, or just one excuse after the next. And first of all, it was something real. I don't know. It was something about his personality that I just didn't like. Like I didn't even like. I mean, he seemed very intelligent and all that other stuff, but I don't know. It was just something real corny about him that I just didn't like. I don't think Katie was ready, for sure. I didn't think that Brandon was ready. I definitely didn't think Taylor was ready, because I mean, even when she went on social media and did that video, like I just thought that was. I mean, I thought that was just as horrible as all of the other things that Brandon had done. You know what I'm saying? I don't think either one of them, I don't think Brandon or Taylor was ready for marriage. And then, oh girl, what was the nerd's name? The girl? I can't think of her name. She and, what was her husband's name? The nerd and, what was his name? I don't remember their names. She was an RN, the white girl. The Geeks, right? It was I can't remember her name. What's his? I don't know why I want to say his name was Scott, but his name wasn't Scott, and his name wasn't Oliver. What were their names? No, it wasn't Derek. Wasn't Derek? What were their names? It was the Austin. Yes, CJ Minor. That was it. CJ Minor. It was Austin and whatever the girl's name was. But she was pissing me off because she was really, really trying to get him to say, I love you. And I just really feel, again, I say all the time, love is not ownership or control. You can't force somebody to say, I love you. Listen, love is a gift. And if you're ready to say, I love you to the person that you're dating, then damn it, you say it. Don't try to force me to say it. I'm going to say it when I'm ready to say it. So she just kept, and so I just felt like she was digging up issues in their relationship because she was really just trying to provoke him to say, I love you. No, let that man say it when he want to say it, when he's ready to say it. And I just felt like she was going to, Jessica, thank you, Tangi, Jessica and Austin. And I just really felt like she was going to really mess up the relationship because of that. And then CJ, to your point, she was controlling, because then she was upset because he had a job where he had to travel. And then I just kept thinking, and see, women, see, this is another reason why sometimes women, you get yourselves in a pickle. You get with these men who may not make as much as you, because Austin didn't make as much as she made, but he had a job and he was traveling, right? But see, she really didn't want him to travel. And if he had leveraged it the right way, he really could have taken advantage of her, because he could have been like, well, listen, I can give up my job until I find something here locally. But you know what? I'm sure, you understand what I'm saying? Then she would have been complaining that he doesn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? So you complaining because he has a job that travels. At least he's making money and he's contributing. But Austin made a really good point. He made a valid point. Because she's a twin, she's codependent in ways. She's used to doing everything together. And in a relationship, you can't be moving together, bound at the hip like that. Yeah, so he was working on making more. But again, she was like, well, I just don't like your job. Like, I just really feel like, girl, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, he has a job. Like, why are you sitting here complaining? Because then if he didn't have a job, or if he had some little flunky job, then you'd have been complaining about he's making too little money and he's not even able to contribute to the household. So it's like, you can't have it both ways. It's just like, okay, the man had a job. Like, just because he's traveling, like, cut it out. So she was really annoying me. She was really starting to annoy me. And then Katie, let me come back to that. Katie, I really think Katie did have some valid points about Derek, because he was a little immature, but she was another one that kept wanting, she wanted guarantees. For me, when I was watching, it was almost like she wanted to know for sure that he was going to be able to fall in love with her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she was just like, well, I just don't know if you're going to fall in love with me. Like, he was all into her, though. You could he had never been in love before. So he, quiet as it's kept, I think he already was in love with her. Because if she had told him that she didn't want to be married anymore, I think he would have been crushed. But she just kept saying, well, I just don't know, Derek. And then she was another one that kept starting arguments and shit, little dumb shit. Like when she was trying to act like, she thought Derek and Taylor were coming on, they were flirting or something at that dinner table at that retreat. Girl, cut it out. Just stop. Yeah, I could date a guy that makes less than me. I sure could. As long as you're making something. You ain't better sitting here and not make nothing. We all got jobs around here. Tomorrow you start looking. Who knows what movie that's from? Who knows what movie? Who knows what movie that's from? We all got jobs around here. Tomorrow you start looking. Y'all don't know what movie that is? I thought y'all was some movie buffs like me. You know what I'm saying? But no, he can make less than me. I don't care about that because the reality is somebody has to make more money than the other. Somebody has to be more attractive than the other. Somebody has to be smarter than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Look at her. Look at her. Just because it's 3 a.m., she got to be feeling nasty. Yes, that was what's love got to do with it. Jennifer Lewis said that. Yes. Desmond said, how much less? Well, I mean, I don't know. He talking about how much less. I mean, I hadn't really thought about $1. I mean, I hadn't thought about an exact dollar amount, but I mean, I hadn't thought about an exact dollar amount. But you know, you can't get distracted by that. But I think that's why a lot of people, you know, you have a great relationship or you find a great person to partner with and you end up sabotaging it. You ended up sabotaging. Have you ever been in something and you sabotaged it? You ever been in a good thing and you sabotaged it? And then you look back later, like a year later or months later or whatever, and you look back and you're like, damn, I really fucked that up. That was a good one. Like I've dated people before and some time elapsed and then we crossed paths again and somebody said to me, oh, Avery, I can see you now. And then you cross paths with them later and they're like, damn, we used to have a good time. Why did we stop talking? And you remember why you stopped talking? Because you were motherfucking crazy. Because, you know, you messed it up. You know what I'm saying? But I've had situations like that before. And they be like, well, why did we stop? I don't even remember why we stopped dating. You know, sometimes people just pick these little silly ass arguments. And it's really because they're uncomfortable being so vulnerable or being so into a person. You know what I'm saying? And so you mess it up because you're really scared. You're not used to that feeling of, you know, being able to control your emotions. I really like listening to you. I'm from Pennsylvania and you remind me of my folks. All right, somebody. That's because we from up top. We from up top. Up Tangent says she has. So have you ever been the person that's messed it up? Have you ever been the person that's fucked it up? And then you look back and like, damn, I really messed that up. Because sometimes you just have to grow a little bit, you know? And I think that's the case with Mike on the show, Mike and Mika. And one of the therapists said that. She said, I think Mike just has a lot of growing to do. And in fact, I watched the ones where the couples from the previous seasons were watching it. And they were like, yeah, he just has some growing to do. And I think he'll be okay. He'll make a great husband at some point. But he ain't ready right now. Like, he needs to get... Keisha Shan said it was me. Honestly, it was me. You look like you'd mess up a good thing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I don't like that version either, Jackie. And I was watching it and I was like, oh, I don't like this. Because there were parts that there were things that were happening in the show that I wanted to hear. And I couldn't hear it because they were focused on the couples that were sitting at home and they were talking over it. And I'm like, damn, I can't hear what they're saying. Listen, I'm going to post this. Actually, I already tweeted it. But I'm going to post it on my Instagram too. In fact, let me do it right now. Let me go ahead and post this on my Instagram and I'm going to read it to y'all. I tweeted this. I say, if someone tells you that they don't think they're worthy or deserving of you, then your best bet is to leave. No, that ain't is that the one that I want? Because I rewrote it. Hold on. Here it is. This is the one I want to post. If someone tells you that they don't think they're worthy or deserving of you, then believe them. Your best bet is to leave. There's no point in staying unless, of course, you want to spend the entire relationship trying to prove to them that they are enough. That's church on a Friday. Church on a Friday. Amen. Let me go ahead and post this on my Instagram. Instagram is Craig the Writer Stewart, niece. It's Craig the Writer Stewart. Let me go ahead and post this over here. Church on a Friday. Amen. Hey, girl, hey. Bedside Baptist. I'm going to put as my location. Hey, girl, hey. Listen, I can't make you believe you're enough. If you don't think you're worthy, then listen, go ahead. Because I want to be your partner. I don't want to be your therapist or counselor. I made that mistake before. No, you need to go lay on somebody's couch. I don't do that kind of work over here. I don't do that kind of work over here. Gio Robinson said, not everybody is going to be with somebody, and that's okay. I've written that and I've said that, and I believe that. Everybody doesn't get to live happily ever after. But I do think that we all get the opportunity to feel, experience, and enjoy true love. I do think we all at some point get that opportunity because life would be unfair. You know? I think life would be unfair if we didn't get that chance. What is this? I done got tagged in now over here on Instagram. But yeah, so what time is it? I've been on here for 50 minutes. Empress said, I fell in love on accident. How you fall in love on accident? How you fall in love on accident? I fell in love on accident and I didn't understand what it was. We've been off and on for 10 years. Off and on for 10 years. That's a decade. Who got 10 years to be playing with her on and off for 10 years? Off and on for 10 years, both in love, but too stubborn to get it all the way right. You know, I wrote a song about it. It's called Sometimes. And it goes, sometimes love gets hard. Sometimes we get scared. Sometimes we pray things will take care of themselves. Sometimes ain't enough. And change just won't wait. Sometimes it hurts so bad to find sometimes isn't always. Yes. That's a lyric. I really do feel like I want to get back to writing music, though, for real. It's so Empress, because see, you know, I really truly believe that, and I've been saying this a lot lately, and I know some of you have been picking up what I've been putting down. For every single thing that you can learn about someone else, in this case, is this a man that you're dating? Because I don't know if you're a part of the Lesbiterian community or not. But for every single thing, one lesson that you can learn about somebody else, there are 3 things you can learn about yourself. So what are the things? She said, you sound like my mother. She is tired of us. Girl, if I was sitting on the side of this, watching from the sidelines for 10 years, I'd be tired too. Because God knows how many times you done bent somebody's ear over telling these stories. I know you done bent everybody in the family's ears over telling these stories over 10 years. Girl, what's good? So what have you learned about yourself? Like, at what point do you get off this caravan? At what point do you get off this caravan and just, you move on to something else? Thank you, Jay Bowden. Is that Jay Bowden? Okay, she said yes, a man. Okay, so she's a part of the heterosexual community. Can you write that down in the notes? Yeah, we don't want to mix our community people up. It's Empress Ash. Yeah, she's heterosexual. So, what is it? Wait a minute. Anthony Stewart said, we're going to jump over to Anthony Stewart while she's typing. The Lesbiterian community, Tangi. Anthony said, 46 years, Craig, until death separated. Time heals from 20 to 66. I was blessed. Oh, so you were with someone from the time you were 20 to the time that you were 66? So that's 40 years. Oh, no, that's 46. I'm sorry, my math a little off. I'm sorry, it's 3 a.m. Wait a minute, really? Yes, Omar, we're live. He talking about, is this live? Yeah, we're live. Hey, boy, hey. Wait a minute, what? Oh, my God. So, Anthony, how did you guys meet? I want to know how you guys met. That's a long time. Did y'all ever break up? Empress Ash, she's still typing. She hasn't responded yet. She probably got a long story about this on and off relationship for 10 years. Wait. I see both sides that I just did 12 years in a marriage. He said it like he was at the county jail. I just did 12 years. He said it like he at the county jail. So I want to know. So Anthony, you said yes, but I don't remember what I asked you because now I started talking about something else. Did y'all ever break up? Did you say, is that what you're saying yes to? I see both sides said it was like prison. My God. So Anthony said that he was together with someone for 46. Did y'all ever break up? That's what I want to know. I'm waiting for the answer. And where is Empress Ash? Is she still typing? Girl, we don't need no long, drawn out answer about this relationship. Eugene Castor said, oh, she answered me. Empress answered me. So Eugene said, I get it. My cousin said the same thing. They were only supposed to be a booty call, but they ended up falling in love and getting married. Good. Lord have mercy. Let me scroll up to. Micah, you like the black seed oil? I'm telling you, it's amazing for you. Where is Empress Ash? These messages are going by here. Hold on. Let me slide up and find her. We've been engaged twice. We started off just sleeping together. Brianna, I missed it because I was looking at, Wait a minute. So you were engaged. Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story that kind of keeps me hopeful. And I think I've shared this one here before. Magic Johnson and Cookie Johnson, they were supposed to get married. They got engaged twice before they actually got married, right? He called off the wedding twice. And then sometimes a year or more went by in between, right? They would break up. And because he just wasn't ready. He was afraid, he was scared. And then finally they got married. And they've been together ever since. But my thing is, and I say this to you guys all of the time, you have to risk. The only way to get to love is to risk a broken heart. And so Cookie had been stood up twice for marriage. And if I'm remembering the story correctly, one of those instances, invitations went out and everything. Can you imagine the humiliation? But that third time was the charm. She went back, and can you imagine how many family members and girlfriends, single girlfriends, negative girlfriends, who probably were like, girl, you need to leave him alone. He just playing games. He just dragging you around. You just need to leave him alone. But you gotta know that you know that you know. You got to be able to silence the voices in the world. You understand? And listen to your own compass, your own internal compass. We talk about that in Book of Jewels, niece. Here's the thing right here. We talk about that. We talk about that in Book of Jewels. Your internal compass. And they ended up getting married, So I think about that. But I'm going to be honest with you. I've never had a situation where I dated someone and we broke up, or we got into a relationship and then broke up and then we came back. I've never come back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm just saying it's never happened. So usually when I lose contact with someone and we stop talking, I don't usually anticipate it coming back because it's never happened for me before. I don't know if Magic Johnson. Well, I think Magic was cheating after he got married because that's when he found out he was HIV positive. Yeah, he was cheating. And we don't know how long he had the virus, but yeah, he had been cheating. Oh, so they still want to know about Empress Ash. Empress, are you guys on right now, or are you off? Are you dating right now? Are you together right now? Empress said, I listened to Book of Jewels on Audible and cried like a baby. Aw. Well, Empress, why haven't you ever come on to any of our conversations? Tonight, it's technically Friday now. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be talking about Chapter 4, Difficult Conversations. Now, Empress, I want to know what part you cried on. She said, I love him to death, but I'm scared. My mom and dad's relationship has me shook. See what I tell you about a part of being an adult is healing childhood traumas. And I say all the time that your childhood is always going to show up in your relationship. And only God knows, and maybe you know, what his childhood traumas are that he's coming to the relationship. In this chapter, Love and Fear, I said we bring the total sum of ourself to every relationship we're in. Every relationship that you had prior to him, every relationship in terms of family members, all of that kind of stuff. Girl, she said they in Los Angeles right now, quarantined together. He on the couch sleeping. He's sitting in the house right now. Social Zay said, Craig, have you ever loved someone so deep that you wanted to work it back out? When I was trying to work it out, we were still in it, or we had just come out of it. It's never been like 2 years later, or no, because I'm gonna do all of the work right there while it's falling apart. So as it's falling apart, I'm trying to grab and hold and piece it back together. But once we are out of it, I'm done. Chalk Ted Bear said, why are you up right now? I had a nap earlier, so I couldn't fall back asleep. That's a good question. Have you guys tried therapy? Look at Brianna. I feel like if the Lord removes you from my life, then that's how it's meant to be. Yes, I believe that, Tracy. Tracy A. That's a new name. I don't think I've ever seen you in here. Hey, girl. Hey. Tracy said, they say you spend they say you spend your adult life healing from your childhood. I believe that. I really do believe that. And then James Parker said, I'm willing to fight through just about anything in a relationship. Me too, except for domestic violence, which I've never experienced that. I'm not trying to fight through your drug addiction. I've experienced that. I write about that in the second book. I dated a guy who was stuck on cocaine and he didn't want to admit it. I had to get out. I had to check out of that. Because of that, I have a high breaking point. So when we say we're done, ain't no coming back. That's it. He said, that's it. My parents have been married for 30 years and they are best friends and I want a love like theirs. That's nice. That's beautiful. And see, contrary to that, Desmond, when you grow up in a household and all you see is discord and all you see is verbal lashing or whatever the case is, a lot of times you try to emulate that in your relationship, right? Now, I've definitely dated people who were used to a certain amount of toxicity, a certain amount of dysfunction in their relationship. And so then when they got with me, because I ain't for all that foolishness, when they got with me and it was just too smooth, they were looking for shit to kind of disrupt it, you know, or it just didn't feel like the connection was there because we didn't have that electricity that they were looking for. When I say electricity, I don't mean that spark. I mean that. So it's like, Hey, Carla Lee, I shipped your book out today. I ran over to the FedEx myself, 1.5 miles. You'll have it tomorrow, niece. She ordered Words Never Spoken. She just got on board, y'all. She got 3 more books to catch up, though. I told my... Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Call me MJ. I told my boyfriend that I didn't feel good enough to be with him the other day because of something that happened when I was 6 years old. See, that seems like something that you need to work through. And see, this is what I say all of the time too, and I talk about this in here. I need you to show up to a relationship with me as whole as possible. As whole as possible. Now, I don't think that we'll ever be completely whole, right? But you can get to as whole as possible because I want to spend the relationship loving you and you loving me and us experiencing things and experiencing life in the world. I don't want to listen. I can be empathetic. I can be a shoulder. I can be there to help you carry some of your stuff, but I need you to do that work. See, that's that inner work that you have to do. And I believe that that's what your singleness or your time being single is for. I think sometimes we rush so quickly into a relationship because so many people are so afraid of being alone, or they don't like to be alone, or they prefer to be in a relationship, but you haven't done your work while you were single. And then you carry all of that trash into the relationship and you expect me, or they expect us to help them with that. No, you need to work on that. You need to work on that before you get here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Chalk Ted Bear. Hey, boy, hey. Wait a minute. Somebody go. Tracy said, I loved your honesty on being the judge for the singers today. You were straight honest. Thank you, Tracy. I tried to be. Omar said, I don't know if you touched on it, but what's your thoughts on open relationships or situationships? Do you feel they can be healthy or a waste of time? Listen, Omar, I don't believe in no open relationships. I don't. Now, I'm not here to judge anybody who does. But in all of the experience that I have with open relationships, not being one that's ever participated in one, but just having people who have talked to me about their open relationships, they've always gone left. They always go left because people go into it thinking that they get into these relationships and then they open up their relationship essentially you're opening Johari's box. But you open up that box, that can of worms, thinking that you're going to keep the spice in the relationship, or you're going to make it interesting because the relationship has gotten dull. Listen, if your relationship got dull, you need to do one of two things: go to counseling or break up. Look, if it's gotten dull, take a trip. That's three things: take a trip, go to counseling, or break up. But I just think that when you do that, because one of the parties in the relationship is going to enjoy it more than the other. And that doesn't mean both people can't enjoy it. But one person is always going to enjoy it more than the other. And I believe for a very long time, let me get my microphone for this. Whenever two people lay down to have sex, one person always gets up with feelings. I'm going to say it again because I think the people in the back were missing. Whenever two people lay down to have sex, one person always gets up with feelings. So if you and your partner are in a relationship and you got here having these threesomes and stuff, one of you is going to enjoy it a lot. And I've seen it so many times where one of those people in that relationship contacts the person that comes into the relationship. They get in touch with them later. Or you go into it with these agreements where we only party together. We're never going to do this separately. And then there's always one sneaky one who reaches out to that person by themselves because they really enjoyed it and they want to get it in by themselves. It doesn't work, in my opinion. I just don't think that it works. Now, if you want to test your hand on it. Okay, so Anthony said, this is Anthony who was in the relationship for 46 years. He said he got in a relationship at 20 and they broke up. Well, they didn't break up. His partner died at 66. Never broke up, but tried everything together. I met him intending to meet someone else. We saw each other's potential. 12 years. He was 12 years older than I was. Still missing him. Now, how long ago has it been since he passed away? I know you were together for 46 years, but how long ago did he pass? And then he said, still missing him, but so thankful for the experience. It was a lot of work. Lastly, we complimented each other. Sorry so long, but I thank you for asking. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Anthony, I like this quote. That's Nina Simone. Yeah. You have to learn to get up from the table when love is no longer being served. Amen. So here you go. Wait, where's my girl, Ash? Where'd she go? Oh, these comments are flying. Where did it go? Hold on. I want to get back to her. Damn it. Hey, Songbird. Oh, well, here it is. She says, wait, let me go right here. What? I'm a hurt. Do you see this? Leela talking about, is Book of Jewels on Audible yet? Niece, Book of Jewels been on Audible since what, February, y'all? How long Book of Jewels been on Audible? Rita said, Craig, I grew up with unwed parents who barely got along at times, but I'll be married 20 years in October. That's a beautiful thing because, see, I think that when you grow up in a toxic environment like that, you have to actively work to be opposite, to do the opposite. Otherwise, you go right into that. Okay, so Empress, here she goes, the boyfriend out on the couch. My mother gave up her career and everything when my dad got sick, and I watched her take care of him day and night until he died. And I saw how it broke her. It scares me. See, you need to go to therapy. And I'm being sincere when I say that. I'm not being funny. I think you really need to go to therapy because that really has nothing to do with him. Because, I mean, I thought the issues that you and he, catch that grammar, I thought the issues that you and he are having, I thought it was specific to him. But that's an issue that you're carrying, and no matter who you end up with, you're going to still have that fear. So you have to work on that. It's kind of like I was telling you guys in my first book. Remember, I talk about Appleton Street. I'm not going to go into it because I know there's some people who are waiting for the book tomorrow and people who still need to buy it. But there's a story in my first book about Appleton Street. And because of that story, remember I just shared this the other day. Because of that story, I had a fear of being in a relationship where somebody would cheat on me. But I can't make someone that I'm in a relationship responsible for my issue. That's something that I have to work on. So the same is true for you. Craig, do you think it's immature as a 31-year-old, soon to be 32, To feel 40, what? To feel a 40-year-old man is old for her? Yeah, girl, yeah. 40 is probably a decent age. I'm busy working on me right now. I try to tell my friends that jump from relationship to relationship to be single for a while and to get to know themselves a bit. Yes. Micah said, I have 2 friends that are gay and in an open relationship and have been together for 13 years. Well, shit, if I was in an open relationship, I'd be together for 13 years too, because you got all these liberties. All right, Tangie, good night. She said she's motherfucking tired. She got to go. Social Zay said, I never knew what an open relationship was until I moved to Atlanta. So Omar, let me come back to you. So the reason you asked that question, are you in like a throuple? Throuple? Not a couple, but a throuple. Are you in a throuple? Okay, Eugene said, true. Opening up your relationship to a third opens up your bed to the person creeping. Yes. Shakar says, I've been married three times. And let's just say, baby, the saying is true about the third time. I have never loved a man the way I love my husband now and never will. 5 years strong right now. Listen. Talk about doing it until you get it right. Empress said it's commitment. It's not him. Yeah, I can see that based on what you've said. Right, Craig, you can't control anyone but yourself in a relationship. You can. You really can. Pamela said, Craig, I love these late night sessions. Yes. Amen. Tony talking about, Craig, what you talking about, niece? Jump on in here. Okay, so Chalk Ted Bear said, that's why I'm not interested in getting into a relationship with a guy anytime soon. It's very difficult and most guys aren't willing to put in the work. Been single on purpose. I call it decidedly single. I've been decidedly single since 2014. That's 6 years. I've been single since 2011. That's 9 years. February made 9 years. And then 2 months later, I moved to LA and I wrote my first book. That's how it happened, niece. Rita said, yeah, there's nothing open in our relationship but our conversation. I know that's right. I'm single. Well, I just answered that. Yeah, so you got that. Thank you. I don't know who this is. It just says Facebook user. It says, Craig, you have great relationship advice. Craig, how much your goalie apple cider? I'd rather deal with you. Normally they're $19, but with my promo code, it's 10% off. So that's that's like $2 off, and then the shipping is free with the promo code. So you see the link in there, and then just use promo code Craig the Writer Stewart. So you get 10% off, and then the shipping is free. So it's cheaper than anywhere else you're gonna get them, even Amazon. Social Zay said, Craig, we're ready for you to be in love. So am I. Shit. I don't want to be there alone though. Look. What about it? We ain't in no relationship. Look at Brianna. Craig, I can't wait for Craig to be in love. I don't know why y'all ready for me to be in love. I mean, I do want to be in love. Look at Rita baby. Not Rita. This Rita baby. She said, Craig, I thought you had a situationship. Well, I did, but you know. Look, Chalk Ted Bear. Where, Craig? I thought you were in a long distance relationship or something. I was in a long distance situationship. But you know, at some point it has to blossom. It has to graduate to the next level. I talk about that in here. We talked about it last week, y'all. Remember in the Love and Fear chapter 3. We talked about it last week. What happened? And so at some point you gotta, you know. Let me see. When is this? When this is over, come to LA and do a book signing and meet and greet. I would love to. I actually was planning on all of that. Crystal said age shouldn't be really be a factor, not as much as compatibility, maturity, and stability. For me, I need emotional maturity in a guy, emotional intelligence in a guy. I need a guy who has conflict resolution skills, because to my friend's point, Chalk Ted Bear, guys typically run when an issue comes up. I don't mean something cataclysmic. I mean even small shit. I've shared this story before. I'm going to tell it again because I know it's new people here. When I was in my 20s, I used to participate in this discussion group. It was like a 6-week discussion group called A Deeper Love, right? And it was a conversation. It was a group for Black gay men. And we met for 6 weeks. They would do different series, but I participated in it sometimes. And we talked about everything from finding love to being gay to coming out to your family to HIV/AIDS to sex to all of those, all of the issues that center on being Black and gay. And I will never forget, there was a conversation that we did called Bridging the Gap. Bridging the Gap. And this particular discussion was about bridging the gap between gay men and lesbians. And the questions that were raised were, why is it that gay men and lesbians, why don't we party together? Because if you notice, in most cities, not all, there are gay clubs and then there are lesbian clubs. There are gay promoters and then there are lesbian promoters, like for nightclubs, the party life. And so once upon a time, there was a club here in Atlanta. We're my old school people. There used to be a club here called The Other Side. In fact, I write about The Other Side in my first book, Words Never Spoken, because that's the first place that I ever met a guy. The very first guy that I ever went on a date with, I met him at The Other Side. So there's a chapter in that book called The Other Side. So that club was a mixture for lesbians and gays. So at this discussion group, the question was, well, why don't we party together? Why is it that most gay men don't have lesbians as close friends? And you know what I mean? Why? And I will never forget, we were also talking about the differences in gay relationships and lesbian relationships, the differences. And I will never forget, there was a lesbian that said, well, there were two things that she said that I never forgot. Yes, Michael Boyd. It was on Wednesday nights, The Other Side. It sure was. I used to sneak down there from my little job. I used to sneak down there from my job, niece. So anyway, this particular lesbian said two things that I never forgot. One, she said, well, I don't like partying with gay men because you all use the word bitch too much, and I don't want to be called a bitch. She said, you all use the word too loosely. So then we had a whole conversation around that. But then when we moved to like relationships and stuff like that, somebody raised the question, why is it that lesbian relationships tend to last longer, have a longer longevity, or have more longevity, not longer longevity, but have more longevity than that of Black gay men? And I will never forget, the same lady who said, I don't want to be called a bitch. She said, thank you, Leela. She said, the difference between our relationship and y'all's relationships, she said, is the moment. And her words were so exact and they were so piercing. She said, the moment. Think about how long a moment is. She said, the moment you guys find out that your partner isn't perfect, you're ready to go. Baby, when I tell you, she laid me out in there on that floor. And it's true. And when I was 26, I wrote my first stage play. It was called A Day in the Life. And because of that conversation, in A Day in the Life, I write a passage where one of the characters says, whenever we date someone, whenever we're trying to get to know someone, we're counting how many feminine flaws how many feminine idiosyncrasies they have. Like we're looking for things that are problematic, things that are wrong, so we can look for a reason to leave. Now, the reason that I think we do that is because subconsciously in the back of our minds, we really think that it's wrong to be gay. So we're looking for a surface reason to run. That's all I got for y'all tonight, niece. Okay? Thank you, Leela, for purchasing the book. Now, on that note, we're going to be discussing Chapter 4, Difficult Conversations, tomorrow night, right here at 9 p.m. Okay? Now, to Amber's point, let me say this because I'm going to leave with that, what I just said. To Amber's point, that's so interesting because lesbians move fast as hell, but they do last longer. Yes, lesbians do move fast, generally speaking, so don't get offended, lesbians. Don't be emailing me tomorrow. I didn't like the way that you said, that, we move faster because that's not always how, But generally speaking, and then y'all will move in quickly together. But then also, lesbians have a very high rate of domestic violence. Them girls will fight. Ooh, they'll fight. Now, that doesn't mean that gay men don't fight either. I'm just saying. Y'all fight. So anyway, let me see. Who else is in here? Empress. She says, Empress, here's what I would like for you to do while we're on this quarantine. I want you to find yourself not a relationship counselor. You need a personal counselor. I really want you to find a counselor. I don't know if you've ever tried counseling before or not. I've tried counseling. There's nothing wrong with counseling. Because counseling and a counselor is not there to help you. A counselor, let me word this right. A counselor is not there to diagnose you and tell you what your issues are. The purpose of a counselor is to have someone to bounce things off of so you can hear yourself and uncover those things for yourself. Okay? So I think that you should try to do that. So Anthony Stewart said, listen to this, Craig. I started out as wait a minute, I just said I was about to go and he didn't took me. I started out as a bottom. After the last 20 years of our relationship, I became the top. Love fulfills the need as it presents itself. Never shared this much ever. I never shared this much ever. Well, thank you for sharing that with all of us. We appreciate you being so open. Tomorrow, we're going to be discussing Book of Jewels. If you want to join the conversation, I'm going to drop the link in here so you guys can come on screen and we can talk about Chapter 4. We're only going to be talking about Chapter 4, which is the difficult conversations chapter. Yes, Leela said counselors don't solve the problem. They help you understand your feelings. That's a very good way of putting it. Do I use peppermint Castile soap? I've used it before, but I don't have any now. I've been using black soap, which is a natural soap. Did you want to send me some, Big Brother Shepherd? I'd be happy to try it. Here's my P.O. box right there if you'd like to send me some. Amber said, wait a minute, she said, I'm bisexual, so I know what I'm talking about. I'd be ready to get married and plan out our life in the first 5 minutes of the meeting. Shay May says, Craig, you will be a great counselor. That was what I wanted to be. I talk about that in this book. And my mom said to me when I was a kid, well, how many black counselors do you know? And better yet, how many black folks you know got money to go to a counselor? So that kind of, but I just really believe that wasn't my calling. If that was my calling, I would have done it. But I talk about how I think that was really inappropriate for my mother to say that because she talked me out. She could have been talking me out of my passion. Anyway, Michael Boyd says she needs to pray and ask God for guidance. It's going to take a higher power to help her. I agree. I think you should do both. Let me see. I mix Shay and souffle. I mix it with Shay and make a souffle. Empress said, I know I'm a teacher, but if I finish my clinical hours for my license, I'll be a MFT. I can fix everybody else's shit, just not my own. See, that's why it's important for you to go to someone else, though. I think it's important. It's just like I'm a writer, but I don't edit my own books. I always go and get someone else to do that. What's this? Apple? Appalicious said, is your bed wet? Who is this texting me at this god-awful hour? Anyway, I'm about to go ahead and brush my teeth, niece. I already situated my situation. So listen, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, and brush your tongue. Hit the share button on this. Share it on your social media. Share it on your Twitter. Like it on YouTube, please. Hit the like button, y'all. Jeez. They act like it costs them to hit the like button. They could just hit the like button when they come in. Jeez. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 9 p.m. All right, bye.